Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today we'll be reacting to History of Japan. Yes, so this is a pretty unexpected videos for my subscribers. I can probably tell. I mainly do K-pop videos. Like I said in my I Am Back video, that I'll be branching out to other sort of media to react to, such as histories, documentaries, to K-drama, K-movies, reality shows even, and anime. Okay, so those are basically what I am going to react to from the future. I'm also going to be reacting to K-pop still, but that's not going to be the main dish per se for this channel. Today I chose History of Japan because my friend recommended this video, and if you guys are new to this channel, I do live in Japan, so I thought this video is pretty appropriate for my first alternative media for my YouTube. My knowledge of history of Japan is that all I know is, okay, so there's shogun, there's samurai, as far as I know regarding the ancient Japan, and then I know about World War II, how Japan basically invaded Korea and China. I don't really know how far they went. Oh, and they also invaded like pretty much all other Pacific island, I think. Oh, and of course Pearl Harbor, right? That's a pretty obvious one. That's about it. So I hope to be educated in this video. However, it's only 9 minutes. I hope the YouTuber can explain everything in 9 minutes, I guess, if he is, anyways. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right to the video. Alright, let's go.
Japan is an island by the sea filled with volcanoes, and it's beautiful. In the year negative a billion, Japan might not have been here. In the year negative 40,000, it was here, and you could walk to it, and some people walked to it. Then it got warmer, some icebergs melted, it became an island, and now there's lots of trees, because it's warmer. So now there's people on the island. They're basically sort of hanging out in between the mountains, eating nuts off trees, and using the latest technology, like stones and bowls.
Okay, so they're going way back. Alright.
Ding Dong is the outside world, and they have technology from the future, like really good metal and crazy rice farms. Now you can make a lot of rice really quickly. That means if you own the farm, you own a lot of food, which is something everybody needs to survive. So that makes you king. Rice farming and rice kingdoms spread across the land, all the way to here. The most important kingdoms were here, and here.
Hi, Chikushi, Izumo, Kibi, Yamato. Yamato is a very popular name, or I mean not popular, but like I've heard and read this name so many times. Yamato is also a famous battleship from World War II. Koshi Kei, okay, I don't know.
This one was the most important, ruled by a heavenly superperson, or emperor for short. Knock knock, get the door, it's religion. The new prince wants everyone to try this hot new religion from Biekt. Please try this religion, he said. No, said everybody. Try it, he said. No, said everybody again, quieter this time. And so the religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it.
So what, so this prince basically said, try it. Okay, and his people said no, but eventually they just accepted it as their own. Is that what I'm understanding? I don't know.
Everybody again, quieter this time. And so the...
Sorry, my English is not my native language, so please forgive me.
Religion was put into place, and all the rules that came with it. Then the government was taken over by another clique, and they made some reforms, like making the government govern more, and making the government more like China's government, which is a government that governs more. Hi, China, they said. Hi, dipshit, said China. Can you call us something else other...
Dipshit, really?
Government that governs more. Hi, China, they said. Hi, dipshit, said China. Can you call us something else other than dipshit, said Japan. Like what, said China. How about Sunrise Land,
Sunrise Land?
And they stole China's alphabet and wrote a book about themselves. And then they made lots of poetry and art and another book about themselves. Then they stopped...
Yeah, that I also know, that Japan also took kanji from China. Yeah.
Moving the capital every time the emperor died and kept it in one place for a while, right here.
Oh, Kyoto.
And they conquered the north finally. Get that squared away. A rich hipster named Kukai is bored with modern Buddhism, visits China, and learns...
Bored with modern Buddhism, okay.
It's a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back, reinvents the alphabet, and causes art and literature.
Whoa, so this monk...
Learns a better version, which is more spiritual. Comes back, reinvents the alphabet.
He reinvents the alphabet. He's the guy that made hiragana, from what it looks like. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess.
And causes art and literature to be great for a long time. And the royal palace turned into such a dream world of art that they really didn't give a shit about running the country. So if you live outside the palace, how are you supposed to protect your shit from criminals? Hire a samurai. Everyone started hiring samurai. Rich and poor.
Wait, samurai is... I thought they were like military, not mercenaries. There we go. My god, sorry. Mercenaries. Anyways.
Certain people hired samurai. Poor people who could not afford to hire samurai did not hire samurai. The samurai became organized and powerful, more powerful than the government. So they made their own military government. Here.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, see? So they became too powerful that they formed their own government. That's interesting. They call it shogunate.
They let the emperor still be emperor, but the shogun is actually in control. Breaking news, the Mongols have invaded China.
We've invaded China,
said the Mongols.
Please respect us, or else we might invade you as well.
Okay, said Japan. So the Mongols came over, ready for war, and died in a tornado.
I know about this battle from, I guess, Ghost of Tsushima, PlayStation 5 game. Yeah, but I didn't know that Mongols actually went over the land, or to the mainland. So they passed Tsushima? Okay, I mean, I gotta read up on the history of that, or recommend me a video about Tsushima battle, because I thought they never passed Tsushima. Anyways.
But they tried again, and had a nice time fighting with the Japanese, but then died in a tornado. Then the emperor overthrows the shogunate. Then the shogunate overthrows him back and moves to Kyoto and makes a new shogunate. And the emperor can still dress like an emperor if he wants, that's fine. Now there's more art. Like painting with less colors, collaborative poetry, plays, monkey fun, tea parties, gardening, architecture, flowers. It's time for who's going to be the next shogun. Usually it's the shogun's kid, but the shogun doesn't have a kid, so he tries to get his brother to quit being a monk and be the next shogun. He says okay, but then the shogun has a kid. So now who's it gonna be? Vote now on your phones. And everyone voted so hard that the palace caught on fire and burned down. The shogun actually didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry.
Oh, for real?
The whole country broke into pieces. Everyone is fighting with each other for local. Didn't care. He was off somewhere doing poetry. And the whole country broke into pieces.
Sengoku Jidai. Okay, yeah, you know, I heard Sengoku Jidai as well. It's the time period when, I guess, the clans were fighting each other for territory and power. And there's a famous samurai named Oda. Oda is also a famous clan, I think, in Japan.
Everyone is fighting with each other for local power, and it's anybody's game. Knock knock, it's Europe. No, they're not here to take over. They just want to sell some shit, like clocks, and guns, and Jesus. So that's cool, but everyone's still fighting each other for control. Now with guns,
that's funny.
Wouldn't it be nice to control the capital, which right now is puppets, with no one controlling them? This clan is ready to make a run for it. But first, they have to trample this smaller clan, which is in the way. Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan steals the idea of invading.
What's his name again? Oda what?
Surprise, the smaller clan wins, and the leader of that clan...
Nobunaga. Oh, no, Nobunaga.
...steals the idea of invading the capital and invades the capital.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
It goes very well. He's about halfway through conquering Japan when someone who works for him kills him, and then someone else who works for him kills them, and that guy finishes conquering Japan.
You told me.
And then he
Yeah, he's also
confiscated
famous.
everybody's swords and made some rules. And now I'm going to invade Korea, and then hopefully China, he said, and failed, and also died. But before he died, he told these 5 guys to take care of his 5-year-old son until he's old enough to be the next ruler of Japan. And the 5 guys said, yeah, right, it's not going to be this kid, it's going to be one of us, because we're grown-ups. And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others. A lot of people support him, but a lot of people support not supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins. It's going to be others. A lot of people...
Sorry.
And it's probably going to be this guy, who happens to be way more rich and powerful than the others. A
Donald
lot of
Trump?
people support him, but a lot of people support
I
not
see.
supporting him. They have a fight, and he wins, and starts a new government, right here. And he still lets the emperor dress like an emperor, and have very nice things. But don't get confused, this is the new government, and they are very strict. So strict they close the country. No one can leave, and no one can come in.
Sakoku.
Except for the Dutch, if they want to buy and sell shit. But they have to do it right here. Now that the entire country was on war with itself, the population increased a lot. Business increased, schools were built, roads were built, everyone learned to read, books were published, there was poetry, plays, sexy times, puppet shows, and Dutch studies. People started to study European science from books they bought from the Dutch. We're talking geography, skeletons, physics, chemistry, astronomy, and maybe even electricity. Over time, the economic and cultural prosperity began to gradually slow down.
So they learned all that from the Dutch. Pretty cool. But like, why only Dutch though? Why not like U.S.? I mean, I guess we're talking about U.S. now, but very interesting.
Knock knock. It's the United States, with huge boats, with guns, gunboats. Open
Gunboats.
country. Stop having it be closed, said the United States. There was really nothing they could do, so they signed a contract that lets the United States, Britain, and Russia visit Japan anytime they want. Choshu and Satsuma hated this. That sucks, they said. This sucks. And with almost very little outside help, they overthrew the shogunate and somehow made the emperor again.
Why did the British help the emperor? Wait, I don't understand. Like, why does the British have to intervene and help the emperor when the shogun is the one that gave them access to the country? I don't know.
And moved him to Edo, which they renamed Eastern Capital. They made a new government, which was a lot more Western. They made a new constitution that was pretty Western, and a military that was pretty Western. And do you know what else is Western? That's
What?
right, it's conquering stuff. So what can we conquer? Korea. They conquer Korea, taking it from its previous owner, China, and then go a little bit further. And Russia rushes in out of nowhere and says, "Stop, no, you can't take that. We were going to build a railroad through here to try to get some more water." And Russia builds their railroad, supervised by a shit ton of soldiers. And then when the railroad was done, they downgraded to a fuck ton. Did I say downgrade? I meant upgrade. And Japan said,
Downgrade? Okay. I think this is the Russo-Japanese War. When I was a kid, my uncle would talk about it, but I don't really know. But as far as I know, the war only like lasted a year or two. That's about it. Both Japan and Russia just like, okay, that's it. Yeah.
"Can you maybe chill?" And Russia says, "How about maybe you chill?" Japan is kind of scared of Russia. You'll never guess who's also kind of scared of Russia. Great Britain. So Japan and Great Britain make an alliance together.
I noticed Great Britain, right? They're helping Japan a lot. With the whole what's it called, Boshin War, right? And this with Russo-Japanese War. So that's pretty cool.
So they can be a little less scared of Russia. Feeling confident, Japan goes to war against Russia, just for a moment, and then they both get tired and stop.
Yeah. See. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. Even my uncle he couldn't really explain it to me, but you guys can let me know why they stopped.
The world is about to have a war
Oh,
because
World
it's
War
the
I.
1900s and weapons are getting crazy, and all these empires are excited to try them out on each other. Meanwhile, Japan has been enjoying conquering stuff and wants more. And the next thing on their list is this part of China and lots of tiny islands. All that stuff belongs to Germany,
Right.
which just had war declared on it by Britain because Britain was friends with Belgium, which was being trespassed by Germany in order to get to France to kick France's ass because France is friends with Russia, who was getting ready to kick Austria's ass because Austria was
Okay.
getting ready to kick Serbia's ass because someone from Serbia shot the leader of Austria's ass. Or actually shot him in the head.
Jesus, that was a lot of information. I will not be remembering that. As far as I know, Germany declared war on England, and Germany fought Russia and the European side.
And Britain is currently
I don't know
friends
about
with
this
Japan,
whole
so you know
history
what that
behind
means.
this.
Duh, Japan should take the islands. Which they wanted to do anyway, so they called Britain on the telly to sort of let them know. And then they did it. And they also helped Britain a little here and there with some errands and stuff. Now the war is over, and congratulations, Japan. You technically fought in the war, which means you get to sit at the negotiating table with the big dudes, where they decided who owns what. And yet
Which
more, which
countries
means you get to sit
included?
at the negotiating table with the big dude.
Okay, I don't know that country. Sorry, England. What is Australia? Okay, this is very confusing. Well, one of this flag is France for sure. Okay, U.S. obviously. Germany, England, Italy, Germany. Wait, oh no, Belgium. It's Belgium. Yeah, because it has yellow in it. And Japan in the very corner. All right.
Dudes, where they decided who owns what. And yes, Japan gets to keep all that shit they stole from Germany. You also get
Really?
to join the post-war mega alliance, the League of Nations, whose mission statement is to try not to take over the world. The Great Depression is bad, and Japan's economy is now crappy, but the military is doing just fine, and it invades Manchuria. And the League of Nations is like, no, don't do that. If you're in the League of Nations, you're not supposed to take over the world. And Japan said, how about I do anyway? And Japan invaded more and more.
How about I do anyway? Okay, so so they invaded China while they were still in League of Nations. Oh no, it's not good.
More and more and more of China, and was planning to invade the entire East.
You've got mail.
It's from Germany, the new leader of Germany. He has a cool mustache, and he's trying to take over the world and needs friends.
Cool
He's also
mustache.
got forwarded to Italy. They all decided to be friends because they had so much in common. It's time for World War II. Germany is invading the neighbors. Then they invade the neighbors' neighbors. Then the neighbors' neighbors' neighbors, who happened to be Britons, said, "Holy shit!" And the United States started helping Britain because
Holy
they
shit.
are good friends, and started not helping Japan because they're friends and our friends are not friends. Plus, they're planning on invading the entire ocean. The United States is also working on a large, very huge bomb, bigger than any other bomb ever. Just in
Atomic
case.
bomb,
But
right?
they still haven't joined the war. War looks bad on TV, and the United States is really starting to
Oh, they made that for Germany? I thought they purely made that for Japan. Okay, I didn't know that.
care about their image. But then Japan spits on them in Hawaii and challenges them to war. And they say yes. And then Germany, as a symbol of friendship, declares war on the United States also. So the United States goes to war in Europe. And they help the gang chase Germany back into Germany. And they also start chasing Japan back into Japan. And they haven't used the bomb yet and are curious to see if it works. So they drop it on Japan. They actually dropped 2.
Yeah, so actually I went to museum at Hiroshima. That place was, like, the moment you step in, it just felt holy. Inside the museum, you could see like the pictures of the aftermath of like what happened exactly. You can see the people after all the buildings afterwards, and then of course you would see like the burnt corpses. You would see that in the museum, which is very powerful. And I also got to learn a lot of stuff about the whole bombing thing, the survival rate, and what people did afterwards before they got bombed. All that stuff were all documented. So pretty cool. I would recommend you guys to visit that museum. I don't remember the name of the museum, but it's pretty famous. It's in Hiroshima. I like that this YouTuber, I guess, gave the respect. He didn't add any jokes around that, so that's nice.
The United States installed a new government, inspired by the United States government, with just the right ingredients for a post-war economic miracle. And Japan starts making TVs, VCRs, automobiles, and camcorders as fast as they can, and also better than everybody else. They get rich, and the economy goes wild, and then the miracle wears off. But everything's still pretty cool, I guess. Bye.
Is that it? Wow, okay, that ended quite quickly. That was my reaction to History of Japan. What do you guys think about the video? I thought it was pretty educational, although it felt pretty fast. I mean, obviously in 9 minutes, how much can you really put in there? But I think he put in the most important events. I think it's a good video, especially if you don't really know the history of Japan in the first place. The video itself was pretty entertaining, and I think it was pretty digestible, although I can't remember all that. There's no way. But yeah, I liked the video a lot. I learned something new today. Definitely would want to check out more history stuff. So you guys could recommend me down in the comment section below. If you guys have any recommendation for any other Japanese histories or any other histories. Like I said, I'm pretty interested in learning history about the military. I'm pretty into that. So if you guys could recommend me a video about that, that would be great. And if you guys also have any recommendation on other reaction, such as movie, games, anime, let me know that in the comment section below. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.